Hey guys, Socket here for another vid in this series. So today I'm just going to talk about the tools and materials that you need to do for the sound deadening. So uh, here's the stuff that I've got together for my sound deadening project on my BMW 2008 E92. A whole range of different materials for this project. I will go through them shortly and explain what they are and their different applications as best I can. Once again, I'm not an expert in this area. I'm just learning and documenting this as I go along. So here we've got some sound mat, um, various noise reduction liners, and of different sizes and grades for different uses, which as I said, I'll talk about in a minute. The types of tools that you're going to need, a pair of gloves and some sort of cutting knife, because a lot of the surfaces in there that you're going to be working with the sheet metal are sharp, so you want some protection. Going to need a wooden roller to be able to sort of press the material down to make sure that it adheres properly. Some tapes and adhesives and things to seal up any joints, and some Sharpies to mark things out. And what I find would be useful, particularly on the black dark materials, is these sort of carpenter crayons in different, particularly white and yellow, different colours, and also a hole punch set for cutting out bolt holes and things like that. So so they're the basic tools that you're going to need, and so I'll be right back to explain what each of these materials do. Alright guys, going to talk about some of the materials that I'm going to use in the car. So the first one is the sound deadener. It's basically comes in sheets. It's a material used to reduce vibrations and sort of block out vibrations in flat sheet tin. So it's a rubber butyl material on a foil back, with a sheet to stop it from sticking to things until you're ready, and you use that on metal to stop vibrations. It's a dampening material, and so by way of illustration, I've got a couple of tin cans here, one without deadener, one with a patch of deadener in there, and I'll do my best to show you the difference. And so it really does cut down the vibrational ability of the metal. So anyway, that's the first product. Right, the next product is a product called Insulayer. It's I'll show you here. It's a foam adhesive backed layer. It's 6 mils thick, very light, good for applying to the roof skin of the car, something like that. So surfaces that are upside down. Comes in a roll that you can see there. And so I'll be using this underneath my headliner on the roof to, once the vibrations are being damped by the butyl, foil back butyl material, apply this to block sound. Guys, the next product is a product called acoustic liner. Similar to the Insulayer, it's a foam adhesive back foam product. In this case, it's got 2 layers of foam. It's 12 millimeters thick, so it's a bit more heavy duty than the Insulayer product that we had a look at in a second. Once again, it comes in a roll format, quite light. I'll be using this product basically inside my door cards to block out sound. Okay, the final product that I've got is a product called Mass Noise Liner. It's a vinyl backed closed foam product, 8 millimeters thick. quite heavy. It's about 4 kilos per square metre or something like that. Yeah, 4 kilos per square metre. So it doesn't really suit itself to hanging on horizontal or vertical surfaces, overhead or vertical surfaces, sorry. It's more applied as almost like a carpet underliner or thing, something like that. Really heavy duty, so it blocks a lot of, really blocks out the sound. So it'd be good on the floor of the car, things, something like that. Once again, it comes as a roll. It's a bit hard to get out of the box because it's actually quite heavy. So I'll be using this in the floor pan and in the trunk of the car. Okay, hi guys. Okay, so going to have a talk about some of the tools that we're going to need, materials that we need for the job. So sort of starting off, already talked about the foams and sound dampening materials and stuff that you can buy. What I didn't mention was this fluffy polyester wadding stuff, which you can pick up at any sort of Spotlight, any of those material stores. Good for sort of pushing into voids and spaces to once again stop rattles and things, if you want. Other thing I think you're going to need would be handy is a trim removal tool. They come in various sizes. Allow you to sort of remove the trim of the car without sort of scratching stuff up. Good for levering out press studs and other things like that. Then you're going to need one of these wooden rollers, so that when you're actually applying the material, you can roll out all the air bubbles and stuff like that. They tell me that wood's better than plastic for some reason. Maybe it's because it's a natural material, really don't know, but that's all pretty cheap. While we're talking about materials and things, you're going to need some sort of way of sort of marking out shapes and things on your mainly everything seems to be dark, so so you're going to need white crayons or white paint pens or things like that, and maybe for the white back stuff you can use a black Sharpie or stuff like that, but you're going to need something to be able to draw shapes out so you can cut them. When you're talking about cutting, a good utility knife, Stanley knife, something like that, nice and sharp. Get a set of gloves, because a lot of the sheet metal inside door cavities and things will be sharp, so you don't want to cut your hands up. And one of these hole punch sets, really cheap, picking out really cheap on eBay, and they're good for marking and punching out, for example, bolt holes. So you get a nice clean cut in the in your materials. So probably not a very expensive investment. And then you really don't want to have holes where the sound can get through if you're going to all this trouble. So some spray adhesive, which will help sort of stick things down if they're not really adhering properly, and a range of glues and tapes, aluminium tape and joiner tape for your mass loaded vinyl stuff, right? And then I think the other area which would be really handy is with your wiring looms and things like that, you can use Tesa tape, but you can also, that's can be expensive, so you can get this once again from Spotlight or any of these places, this light foam material that you can sort of twist and wrap around your looms, and then sort of wrap some standard old cloth tape around that, so that your wiring and stuff doesn't rattle inside your doors. And this whole thing was 50 metres for under $10. So look, there's some of the tools, the basic toolkit I think you'll need for the soundproofing project. So that's it for today. I will catch you in the next video.